This is Sarah with Posh Pooch Designs, and today's video I'm going to show you how to make these soap bags. They're really quick and easy to make and make great gifts. It's just a little bag made out of cotton, holds a standard size bar of soap, measuring about 3 by 5 inches. You slide that right inside, you pull this, and you hang this in your shower. Then when you go to use this, you put hot water on it and just start scrubbing your skin, and the soap will come through, and you've got a washcloth and a soap in one. It also works great if you've got a lot of extra little pieces. You can put all those little pieces inside this bag, pull the drawstring, and you can still use them with your little washcloth without wasting all those leftover pieces. What you're going to need to make one of these bags is some cotton yarn. This is Peaches and Cream. You can do a solid, you can do a variegated, and you can put variegated, solid, and variegated, or you can do 3 different colors. I'm going to be doing it all in one color with this purple. It's up to you what you've got, and it's also a great way to use up some of your cotton scraps because this one is 3 different colors. But you can use any kind of cotton yarn for this bag. We're going to be stitching today with the H hook, 5mm. You're going to need a needle for weaving in your ends, and of course a pair of scissors if you're going to be cutting and changing colors. Now this is a free pattern on my blog. It's just called the Cotton Soap Bag, and it's just a fun way to use up your leftover cottons for something that is useful. We're going to begin by making our slip knot, and then we're going to chain 9 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there's our 9 chains. We're going to begin by placing 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2. Put your hook in that chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through both loops. We're going to make a second single crochet in that same chain. Then we're going to place 1 single crochet in the next 6 chains across, and then in this last chain we're going to place 2 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we stitch those 6 single crochets, and now in this last chain we're going to stitch 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And then we're going to turn our work, and we're going to be stitching down what's called the opposite or other side of the chain. So we turned our work, and right in that first chain we're going to stitch 2 single crochets. 1, 2. Get some more yarn out here. Alrighty, now we're going to stitch 1 single crochet in the next 6 chains, and then we'll stitch 2 single crochets in the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we're going to stitch 2 single crochets in this last chain. 1 and 2, and then we're going to join to the top of that first single crochet with the slip stitch and chain 1. And this is how your bag should look for row 1. And what we're doing is we're stitching the bottom of the bag right here. And now we're going to stitch 2 rows of single crochet all the way around our bag. So for row 2, like I said, we're just going to stitch 1 single crochet in each single crochet going all the way around our row. We're not doing any increases or anything. We're just stitching 1 single crochet, some more yarn, there we go, in each single crochet around. And you'll see that it is gently moving up on this row to form the bottom of our little bag. We're going around the second little curve here. One more stitch, it looks like. That one I did really tight. There we go. And then we're going to join to the top of that first single crochet and chain 1. And this is what it looks like because we're coming up the side of our bag. We did the first row and then we did the second row, just 1 single crochet in each single crochet around. And we're going to repeat that. Just place 1 single crochet in each single crochet around for row 3. Once you've stitched your third row of single crochet, join to that first single crochet and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to take our work and we're going to push it out because this is the outside of our work and we're going to be working on the outside. This next row is the beginning row which sets up our V-stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet in the same stitch as this chain 3. So to double crochet, yarn over your hook, go in your stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2. Now, I call them V-stitches, but basically we're going to be placing 2 double crochets in every other stitch. So we're going to skip the next single crochet, and then we're going to double crochet in the next, and place 2 double crochets in that next stitch. So you can see there's our chain 3, 1 double crochet in that same stitch. We skipped this stitch and stitched 2 double crochets in the next. And we're going to do this all the way around. We're going to skip the next and put 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Skip the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next. Skip this next stitch and 2 double crochets in the next stitch. There we go. Skip the next stitch, 2 double crochets in the next stitch. And we'll continue to do this all the way around till we get back over to the first double crochet that we started. 2 double crochets, skip the next stitch, 2 double crochets, skip the next stitch, all the way around. Now, you should end up with 10 V-stitches because we ended up with 20 single crochets and we did every other stitch. You need to have 10 V-stitches or 10 groups of 2 double crochets. When you get back here, we're going to again skip that last stitch and join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch. All right, and now I want you to put your hook in between those first 2 double crochets and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And this row here is what we're going to do for several rows to make the bag. So we've chained 3, counts as our first double crochet. We're going to double crochet in that hole between the first 2 double crochets. Here's our first 2 double crochets, chain 3 and double crochet. And that's where we're going to be stitching all the way around the bag. We're going to place 2 double crochets right in between those 2 double crochet stitches. So technically it's not a V-stitch, but you end up with a V-stitch look. A V-stitch actually is double crochet, chain 1 or 2, and double crochet. We're not putting the chain 1 or 2 double crochets between, because when you use this it stretches a little bit and we want it to be a nice compact bag. So here we are, chain 3 double crochet in that first, between the first 2 double crochets. Then we go to the next 2 double crochets and place 2 double crochets. Then we do the same all the way around, 2 double crochets between each of the sets of 2 double crochets. And we're going to do this all the way around our bag. And this is how the body of the bag is made. When you get back around, over here we're going to join again to the top of the chain 3. So just to repeat, 2 double crochets in between each of the 2 double crochet groups around. Once you have completed this next row of V-stitches, you'll have 2 rows of V-stitches, and then we're going to continue to do what we just did for 3 more rows for a total of 5. Here's one that has the 5 rows done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of V-stitches, and isn't that pretty how that looks? I really like the way that looks. It's a tight stitch, but also there's enough space that the bubbles of the soap can come through there real nicely. So we're going to do exactly what we did on the previous row for 3 more rows. We're going to go in that space between the first 2 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in that same space between the 2 double crochets, and then double crochet in the space between the 2 double crochets with 2 double crochets all the way around. And we're going to do this for 3 more rows for a total of 5 rows of the V-stitches. I completed the 5 rows of our V-stitches, and I really love the way that the V-stitches work for this pattern. And what we're going to do for the next row is we're just simply going to place 1 single crochet in each double crochet around. So we only chained 1. We're going to go right in the top of that chain 3 and stitch a single crochet. And then we're going to place 1 single crochet in each double crochet around the top of our bag. And what we're doing is we completed the bottom and the middle part, and we're working on the top part. We're going to actually do 3 rows of single crochet, and then we'll do a row of alternating single crochets and chain 1, and then we'll do 1 more row of single crochet. And that alternating row will give us a place to put our drawstring. So just to repeat, 1 single crochet in each of the double crochets around the top of our bag. We'll join to the top of the first single crochet and chain 1. I did the first row of single crochet, and now I need to do 2 more rows of 1 single crochet in each single crochet around our bag, so that we have 3 rows of plain single crochet. And once we get these next 2 rows done, we'll do the alternating row. So 1 single crochet in the top of each single crochet around for 2 more rows, for a total of 3 rows. I completed our 3 rows of single crochet, and now I'm going to do the alternating row of single crochet, chain 1, so that we have a place for our drawstring. So we chained 1, we're going to put a single crochet in that same stitch. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to skip this next stitch and single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and single crochet in that next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and single crochet in the next stitch. And those little holes made by our chain 1, we call chain 1 spaces, is where we're going to put our drawstring. So chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip the next stitch, and single crochet in the next stitch. So I completed the row with the single crochet, chain 1 spaces, and now we're just going to finish off with a row of single crochets. So what we're going to do is you'll place a single crochet in that first single crochet, and then you'll place a single crochet in the chain 1 space. Single crochet in the single crochet, there we go, and a single crochet in the chain 1 space. Single crochet in the single crochet, and then a single crochet in the chain 1 space. And we'll do this all the way around the top of our bag, all the way around. We get back over to the top of our first single crochet. We're going to join, tie off, and weave in our end. And then we can make our drawstring for our bag. So, single crochet in the single crochet, and single crochet in the chain 1 space. Single crochet in the single crochet, and single crochet in the chain 1 space. I completed my row of single crochet. We'll tie that off. Scoot my scissors over a little there. And we're going to weave in this end. And the way I do that, cotton is a little different with weaving in. Sometimes it doesn't stay as well as acrylic. So what I do is I go down inside those stitches, and I'll go down and go right back the way that I came, so that I'm kind of going against myself there, and then I'll do the same thing again. For some reason, my cotton projects unravel or untie more than my acrylic ones do, and I don't really know why. Alright, so we weave that end in, and to also take a minute, weave in the one on the bottom. So here's our little bag, and it's just adorable, and you can see by stitching in those chain 2 spaces that we made these nice little holes for our drawstring. So to make your drawstring, you're going to need to chain about 60, but it's kind of up to you how long you want your bag. If you just want it small enough to tie a bow, you can do less. If you want it long enough to hang in the shower, you can do more. So it's kind of up to you what you prefer. So I'm just going to do a bunch on here. I like mine long because I like to hang them in the shower. And just so that you know, when you hang them in the shower and you use them in the shower, the bath, or what have you, the bags themselves, because you put the soap inside, can get a little caked up. So when you wash them, just throw them in with your towels and add just a couple of drops of vinegar. And that'll help get the cakey soap out of your soap bag. All right, so there's a chain. All right, so how do we get the chain in the bag? Well, determine where you want your front to be, and this is my front. And what I do is I take my hook backwards and I go through those spots. I hook my chain on it and I pull it to the back. Going through those holes. There we go. This is my front, so I'm going to pull this way. And I'll do the same thing. I'll put my hook in backwards. And I'm back to the front. And I'll grab that chain and pull it through. Alright, now if you're concerned about the ends of your chains unraveling, just make a knot. And I usually do 2. Give it a good hard snug pull and just clip it like that. Now you can either leave your chains, your drawstring chain, tied, or you can tie it together. There we go. What I like to do is just put the ends together, pull this tight, and just put a little knot using both of them. Pushing them through there. And that's going to keep them from unraveling, and it's going to keep it tied nice and tight. Then I can just slip my soap inside. And you do want this snug. And there you have it. Our cotton little soap bag.